Hi guys, welcome to our daily encounter. In Deuteronomy chapter 2, we read about Moses going through and recounting some of the experiences that Israel had while going through the wilderness. And the part that we want to focus on today is the part where they come to the land of Sihon, king of Heshbon, also king of the Amorites, basically that land that was east of the Jordan River. And they sent messengers to Sihon and said, "Hey, let us walk through your land. We're not going to eat any of your food, or if we do, we'll pay for it. If we drink any of your water, we'll definitely pay for it. And just let us pass through. We're not going to cause any problems, no difficulties. We just want to peacefully walk through." And the scriptures specifically says that the Lord actually hardened Sihon's heart and caused it to be obstinate. This is found in verse 30, where it says, "But Sihon, king of Heshbon, was not willing for us to pass through the land, for the Lord your God hardened his spirit and made his heart obstinate." And so there it says that the Lord purposely caused Sihon to not want them to pass through the land. And we might ask ourselves, couldn't the Lord had just as easily caused Sihon to have a heart to let them go through? And would it not have been better that the people would have been able to pass through the land peaceably instead of having all the drama that would come from them now having to engage in battle with Sihon? And according to our human thinking, we would think that that would be the better thing, that Israel would just be able to basically have the red carpet rolled out for them, and they just march right on to the Jordan River. But there's a reason why the Lord caused Sihon's heart to be hardened, his spirit to be hardened. And it's found in the rest of the sentence where it says, "In order to deliver him into your hand as he is this day." In verse 31, "The Lord said to me, see, I have begun to deliver Sihon and his land over to you. Begin to occupy so that you may possess his land." There lies the reason why the Lord caused this adverse condition. It was so that they could experience victory. And I wonder if sometimes in our own personal life, if this is not the case. Sometimes we might wonder, why is it that the Lord causes so much adversity in our lives? Why is it that we run across people with difficult personalities, people who are basically coming up against us, or people who are difficult to deal with? Why is it that maybe sometimes day to day we have to deal with people who are hard to deal with? Enemies, we might call them in some regard. Well, it might be for the same reason that the Lord allowed Sihon to become adversarial towards Israel. It might be for the sake of the Lord allowing us to experience the victory that he can supply through his power. And this could be true where we're talking about a physical adversary, like someone we might encounter maybe at work or in our family or something like that. Or even we could be talking about our spiritual adversary, the devil, and all the spiritual forces of darkness that Paul talks about in Ephesians chapter 6. It could very well be that the Lord causes all these adverse conditions and all this drama sometimes in our lives so that he can work powerfully and mightily in our lives for the purpose of allowing us to experience victory. And a victory that's not in our own strength, but a victory that is supplied by his power. And if that is the case, then we can consider that all of these different adverse conditions are actually for our good, and actually a means by which we can experience something that far exceeds the amount of difficulty perhaps that we have to go through in order to get there. And of course, we know that ultimately we will find the victory when we see the Lord again, and that he will ultimately bring the victory over our adversaries, but also victory over death itself. and we will have the ultimate victory. But the pathway there is oftentimes through difficult pathways, difficult people, difficult situations. But again, it's also that the Lord's power and might can be displayed, and so that we can experience victory as we walk hand in hand with the Lord. So as we think about Sihon, and we think about perhaps specific things that we ourselves have experienced, let's think of those situations in a new light. Let's think of them as the great possibilities that could come out of them. The great possibility of victory, of becoming overwhelmingly conquerors in these situations, and ways in which we can increase our faith and increase our trust in the Lord. So with that, guys, I do thank you for watching the video today. Hope you guys have a great day. Love you guys. God bless.